says live, then you go. And look at me, I'm a professional.
I can't wait to hang with Caribou and get my head straight. Wakey, wait. I can't wait to hang with Caribou and get my head straight. Wakey, wait. I can't wait. Think this is time too.
Whoa, look at me. I'm like a professional video guy now. How you like that? Don't
Kid Fluffy get a woo woo. No,
How's everybody doing this morning? No, we don't get those fucking things around here, man.
Oh, that's not very nice.
I know,
I was
right?
there for you, dude.
Well, you know.
The woo woo for you.
Well, you know what? It's still early. We'll get it fucking moving. You know, there's still time. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Fucking Caribou, how you doing, buddy?
Well, we're playing this driving simulation game where I'm going home from Hinton to home where I live, and we're trying to turn a 6-hour drive into 5 or less. And we just came through a pretty good patch of a blizzard, and now the roads seem to be getting better. I also need to remind y'all that this is a driving simulation game, not an actual fucking driving that we're doing, because it'd be illegal as fuck to do what we're doing. So we're just, playing video games. So yeah.
Video
That's
games.
why my camera shut off, so that you can't watch me play video games.
Yeah, well, we're not here to watch you play video games. This isn't Twitch. We're not a gamer stream.
Exactly. And I can play video games and talk to you guys at the same time. So
yeah,
this is,
This is like just a fucking normal Sunday for fucking like any teenager,
Pretty much,
Yeah. So while you were making this blizzardy simulation for an hour or less, are you smoking anything to do this? Keep the nerves fucking calm?
Yeah. We got some. Actually, I'm not even sure what one I'm smoking on right now. We have dispo. We got exotic gas is what I think it was called, if I recall correctly. It's average dispo weed, man. Hey, I'll be honest, there's nothing really overly special about it. But if you chain smoke them for, what are we at, about 4 hours straight now? Man, you get pretty fucking buzzed, I'll tell you.
Yeah, it's just 4 hours worth, and that'll get you there, huh?
Yeah, well, I'll be good. I'll be honest. Like, I was pretty good after the second one. But then you know how it is when you're just like, why ruin a bad thing? Let's just keep it rolling. Like that kind of.
Well, sometimes you got to double check too,
Well, yeah, and then my nerves.
The nerves
because the blizzard got a little bit intense there. You guys because I'm really into this video game, right? So it was like it's all so real, and it was just like, I better smoke more weed because that's just what needs to be done at the moment.
Well, and see what it sounded like is you were all hyped up. You got to get where you're going. You're trying to make this, but still you need to slow it down a little bit. So that's where this really comes in and fucking makes
100%. Oh,
get
dude, you
get
got
focused.
shit. You guys should have the other night we were on our way to Hinton, and we're driving through like a serious blizzard, even way worse than what the one we just kind of come through, and trying to get to the in-laws' house. And we're down some back fucking oil, gas, and forestry road, right? Definitely not a fucking highway. On this 2.5 hour stretch of highway, we saw a total of 5 vehicles. And we'd be driving, and then all of a sudden the fucking the road just kind of disappeared from below us and started curving rapidly to the left, downhill. And it's, oh shit, the car breaks free, and you're fucking heading towards the fucking ditch sideways, and you gotta fucking do the correct and over correct. Whole way down the fucking hill, we're fishtailing like a speed wobble, trying to keep the fucking car on the road. And we do. And, then just kind of keep fucking going because why stop at this point? And it's like, look at the old lady. I was like, can I please have a joint? And then that was a fucking interesting trip. That was one of the most interesting 2.5 hour stretches of driving I have ever done in my life.
You got to fucking level 3 in that game, huh?
Yep. And we fucking and then we blew my fucking house. That's because I'm an idiot though. And I entered the wrong thing into the Google Maps that I thought was his address. And by the time I realized that we were let's continue on the thing.
Uh-oh. You must be getting to the bad part of reception. Or it's
how you guys doing?
Oh, I'm doing good. Let's see. G-Bay's full. And I just want to mention this here. Noob, you have been around long enough. You have heard these stories. I thought you knew good and damn well enough that you shouldn't get a car with caribou with it. We have heard these stories, man.
Yeah, like I'm worried about go-karting with the guy.
Just go-karting?
What story?
What? Honestly, I can't sit here and specifically like put my finger on one besides the one you just told. But there's been many other game-related instances you have talked about.
Oh yeah, well I like my driving video games. It gets me. Guys, it's winter time here right now, right? And you gotta brush up on your winter driving.
Yeah, you gotta do that shit right away, man. Oh, he's getting all robot-y. So,
real thing happened there the other day. Just talking about.
Oh. Yeah, you're getting real robot-y right now, bud.
Okay, I'll step
off camera for a second and change my fleece jogging pants because they are not playing fair today.
Hey, this is a fucking fan. What is going on in the show this morning? G-Bay's just fucking, hey, everybody, look at my dick.
No. The fuzzy jogging pants.
Yeah, do it again.
I'm taking 5 to change my pants because these fleecy things are not good for trimming. I'm getting fucking covered in shit here.
Right, dude.
Haven't even started yet. So give me 2 minutes here. I'll be right back.
Nice.
There we go. I got to deal with this. I'm covered in fucking shrapnel.
So, other than that, I guess me went down. We're at day 65 on my garden right now. So I am super stoked. I think, we're definitely going to take it through the week. I may end up pulling it next Sunday. So we'll be just past. So we'll be just past 70 on them. Things are looking good. We'll go run through there in a minute. Like I said, a little bit floppy and everything, but trikes are really starting to pop. I'm playing the game of a little bit of stress right now with them towards the end. I am trying to, give them a little bit of not dry back, but letting them get dry a little more than normal. Doing the hand watering thing. So we're not letting them get the droop, but we are letting the soil get a little dry before we give them a nice good dose. And
Best
I like
for you, Fluff, while I'm thinking of it. At the end of life, when you go to harvest, this is for chat too, because I'd like to know everyone's consensus on this, because I've heard different answers due to different scenarios, which is usually the answer. Do you water before you chop, or do you dry to assist in the dry before you chop? Because some people have super dry areas, they water it first so that it holds more moisture during hang. Some people have moist environments. Like, is that how it goes? I guess like you do it.
You just kind of nailed it on the head right there. Right now, my environment is sucking the moisture out of everything. It's the whole winter's coming and the moisture is leaving with the summer. So I am definitely going to water before I hang. Not like day of, but so it's I'm in those big beds right now. And I can get about 2 weeks of water, and when I water that bed in, that's about 2 weeks worth. So I just watered in today. I may actually, and I did it a little lighter, like I said, because I'm kind of playing this not the stress game right now, but giving them a little back and forth. So I'm just giving them like a little bit of hand watering right now. But right before, probably the 2 days before I chop, I'm going to go ahead and water. I want them to be fairly saturated for the hang, because it is dry out right now. Like in the summertime, I will let those not dry out, but I will not water for a good week before I hang, to, like you said, kind of to do that assist, because it can take me upwards to 16 to 18 days to dry in the summertime, even up to like 20 days. That gets, without dehumidifying, without throwing an air conditioner in there, just a natural, it's going to do what's going to do. So I do like to let them dry a little bit when I have a more humid time of the year. And since we're not there, they're getting watered. My dry room is going to stay probably around 56 to 58% probably right now, at this time of year, which is dry for that room, but it's gonna be fucking perfect. That's kind of the good part about this time. That's kind of the good part about this time of the year is the dry room is absolutely fucking on point, man. It is dropped. Temperatures are low. It stays super steady, if not just a hair low in the winter time. So I'm stoked to get these down and get them going.
Yeah. Big word. I know. I lost count, brother. We can find out. Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Got some fucking weed in there, buddy.
I do. 26 is on the pans, 44 already bagged zippers. We've got 2 full plants on the hang still.
You say 2 full plants hanging still?
Yes.
So you're definitely at the point where you're looking inside of there going, motherfuck, it's like never ending. But you sort of
if you
see the
live
light.
near me and you like me and you want to come hang out for a minute, you will leave with a party sack. Come visit me right now is the best time, because I'll be like, oh, hey, you're a weed smoker here.
Fucking have this.
You'll get back in your car to leave. You'll be like, what the fuck's this bag? It's just fucking serious. Come get some.
You'll be like how I fucking ninja the autos in the major's pockets. You'll be ninjing fucking bags of weed in the motherfucker's car. Like, pow, take that.
People fucking, it's like, help. Send help.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking of. This is kind of the first time in a very, very long time that I would say I was caught up with weed. You know what I mean? Where I am not in any way worried my stash is going to run out anytime soon. Got harvest coming down. got, like 2 shelves still fucking half full in the fridge. Life's good. But then I also like to think, when I'm sitting around, is as soon as this new room comes down, you're like, ooh, that's like old weed. I need to give that to somebody now. It's like, so thank God it is Thanksgiving, because my family is about to get hooked the fuck up.
Oh yeah. Every once in a while, I'll just put some in my truck when I go somewhere. And honestly, as soon as I see someone that's, down and out,
There you go.
pull up. Hey, bro, you smoke? Yep, here you go. Holy fuck, yeah. Holy fuck, right on.
You know what? I need to start doing that with some like fucking. I need to just start vacuum sealing and some quarters or something and doing that when I leave the house.
I tell you one thing: if I was sitting down and out on life and had no assistance of any sorts due to my own doings or not, life is a fucking fucked up. Like Caribou was saying, the video game simulation. This is not an easy game to play, man. This is like Zelda. You better know where the jewels are and shit, because like, if not, you're gonna die. So it's like some people out there need some serious help, man. And, I've been one of them at points. So I like to just, get out there and help people, man. You can tell the ones that are like, they don't give a fuck and they're out there actually destroying shit more than they're doing anything. But you can tell some people are just out there to, they're just down and out, man. So.
Yeah. Usually what I ended up doing was like that was always whatever my stash was in my pocket. It's like when I saw that dude, like, here you go, man. But I definitely need to make some shit up to leave the house with for that reason.
I had a good conversation with the one guy one day. I popped up to him, and all I had was a little tie-dye looking silicone container with some homemade butter in it. It was some BHO that I had made, but it went really buttery. Like it went that like waxy, buttery, kind of crumbly texture, right? So I said, hey, man, you smoke? Yeah. Well, fuck, here's this stuff. Have you ever done concentrates? He's like, what? I'm like, oh, shit, this is going to take me a little longer. Pull the truck over a bit. I'm like, well, like hash oil back in the day. Oh, yeah. Well, you heard of honey oil? Yeah. Well, keep going up the ladder with that. And this is what we got here. I'm like, you either need a cigarette or whatever, you know what I mean? But like, hooked him right up. And he was like, fuck yeah, can't wait. He had now something in his day that he gets to go off to his bench or his little spot that he fucking goes to and get to try some new fucking headbutts. And so, I like to provide that every once in a while.
Nah, dude, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And like I said, I need to fuck, because I like the idea. And like you said, sometimes you give that away and you look at that person, you're like, motherfucker, you don't.
Yeah.
This isn't changing nothing about your motherfucking day, but almost like 95% of the time, man, that is something that really does help. Fucking, it really does.
I have a friend right now that I went to high school with that's in that position, and he was a hardworking blue collar dude. I'm not sure. I don't know his story. I haven't seen him yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to him yet. I definitely will hang out with him for a minute when I do see him. But he's in that position, holding the sign, looking for help. I don't know why he's in this position or what, but like it's not too far away from any of us. In my situation here, if I didn't have parents and stuff to fall back on and bounce a few dollars back and forth with, I'd be fucking homeless, man. And I see that and I feel that. And I'm like, I'm fucking way too close to, like, I have way too much motivation. I wouldn't be there for long, but it's just like, shit, it can happen, and it can happen fucking fast, man. So
all right.
Don't ever act too fucking big for your britches, people. Fucking someone will come along and wedgie you in those motherfuckers real quick.
They're gonna come along and grab that rhinestone thong and shove it up your ass.
Yeah, right. Look at me, I'm too cool. No, you're not. That kind of happened to me. That's kind of my story. Growing up, I was a very popular guy in high school. I had anything you'd want. I had the friends. My phone number got dialed a lot. I had people to hang out with. I had 2 girlfriends. I had all the fucking shit you'd want. And that shit swelled my head a bit, man. And I'm not even lying. Like, it's kind of sad now that I look back at it. And I never went above and beyond to be a prick or anything, but I definitely was a little, egotistical. And did it help me in life? It helped me get to raise my tax bracket once. That's it. It did nothing for friendships. It did nothing for emotional intelligence. It did nothing for any real part of my life. So it's a little late in my 40s where I'm knocking myself down a few pegs, but stay humble, folks.
Stay humble, motherfuckers.
Yeah,
Stay
'cause
humble.
you don't want the humble boot to knock you down. Because I've got force fed some humble pie and kicked with the humble boot a couple times, so I know what I'm talking about here. I've lost a lot of my life due to my, trying to hold a certain standard that wasn't even there.
Yeah. So,
know your role, play within it.
Right? Fucking, it's a lane, bitch. Stay in it.
Yeah, I'm finally.
It's always funny, man. I always feel bad. I'm sitting here listening to this little story you got, but I'm reading chat, and so I laugh at these really inappropriate things. It sounds like I'm laughing at your story. Man, so these motherfuckers in chat make it hard to take some shit serious sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, those boys. So they saved my life, man. The fucking chat, man. Not just like, I wouldn't say just from the Caribou Heart, but just there is a collective group of people here that bounce between all the shows and everything. And man, we are quite the fucking community. Pat on all your backs. Like my mom this morning, she's like, "You got too many shows," and I said, "You got too much advice. These are my people. These are my medicines. I don't take pills. I go and hang out with these people. These are the people that got me quitting drinking. These are the people that, have centered me, have got me grounded now. So no, I don't do too many shows, Mom. Not enough." We still got what? Fucking Wednesday nights and Saturday nights. Yeah, we can bump this up.
we still got open nights. We can fucking do this
with me.
Yeah, I need to get back to making some more like my fucking content. So I now that when I had the great fucking purge of the great purge of technology here lately, I had to get everything renewed. Pathways have been fixed, and all this fun things. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more of these. Like the room grow, like in a one full tour type video. So that and I've just got things to saved better in better places where it's more organized, and so hopefully I'll be able to get things like that back out soon too, because I really do enjoy doing things like making the videos and things like that for this, but it's so hard to fucking do sometimes, man. It's so fucking time consuming. Yeah. But yeah, so that's why I'm not fucking around anymore. Well, much fucking trying, kind of like you said, trying to figure out that new. I picked up some wood crafting and want to try to figure out how to get things moving along with that. So
yeah, you're doing pretty good with that shit too. That's badass. Some of
that. Dude, that's just fun as fuck. And super fun. It's and you know what? It's that's one of them things that's right up my alley. It's dangerous. It's dangerous to a point. You need focus. Like basically, it's not dangerous unless you keep your focus on it. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like welding. Welding's not really going to fuck you up, but if you don't pay attention to it, it's going to fuck your day all up. You know what I'm saying? So, son of a bitch.
We were trading some stories before the show fired up there, me and Fluff, about being set on fire in the workplace.
It's the thing. It happens, man.
If you're a welder for more than, even a couple years, you're going to have some fire scenes. But if you're a welder for 20 plus years, yeah, you got some stories.
Right. I think I've caught just about every piece of me on fire that you can catch on fire.
I have melted skin on. You can't take a patch of skin probably that big and go out of it without a burn mark. Maybe my ass cheeks and my groin. But other than that, legs, thighs, ankles, fucking arms, everything's got. It looks like I've been on the streets.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, dude. My work clothes, I look like a fucking hobo. That is absolutely
suburban, man. I had a beautiful childhood. I didn't have.
Motherfuckers look at you and they're like, "Do you need money?" And I'm like, "Oh no, man, I'm good." They're like,
"Did 120 this year."
Yeah, right. And they're like, "Why do you look like that?" Well, I ain't gonna fucking buy new shit just to burn it up tomorrow.
Honestly, I don't go shopping after work because I don't want people to offer me bags of weed. I look rough.
I hear you.
This week I was in the shop all week, so this is kind of gross, but whatever. I just
fucking shop rockets.
I used the same fucking pants and shit because I was working a saw with fucking cutting oil and all this shit. Why am I gonna cycle through 5 pairs of pants to get them all to the same level of nastiness. They kind of stood up in the corner over there and slide them on in the morning.
It did, bro. It took a long time for me to get used to it, but fucking bibs. Just look at bibs every day. Put them on, take them off. At least you save a percentage of something. But them motherfucking bibs never get washed. You just look like the fucking. You definitely look homeless when you wear them bitches.
There's a smell you get when you're in week-old cutting oil.
Yes. Yes, there is. And you know what? I need to find that smell in some weed because that shit would be. Oh, yeah.
Or there was an oil pan I had in my shop yesterday. I was cleaning up a bit, so I moved it around. But I had left it out of the shelter for a day or two when I was doing whatever, and it got rained on. Water and oil don't mix. We all know this. But what they will do is like cause fermentation of sorts and weirdness. Because what I did was I took a handful of shop rags and filled up the container so that eventually all the liquid would absorb into the cloth. Then I can dispose of the cloth. I did that yesterday, and when I broke that surface tension or whatever I disturbed, it was that oil smell, or used oil, plus
what? Yeah, like you said, it does something in that water when the water and the fucking car oil ferments. There's something there that's just like, you know what? That is one thing in life where I was like, you know what? I don't want my weed to smell like that. If you put some of that shit in front of my face, I'm gonna be like, no, that's bad. Get that away from me.
So if my body does a jerk reaction, I don't really want it. Like, it's just, that's nature telling me, like, it's like,
I don't know, man.
Stinky for a reason, man.
But you've never had some of them fucking. Man, what was that one? It was the Bicket, specifically, man. They put that fucking dabs under my nose, and it was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, you jumped away from that shit, but you came back and you went, wait a minute, let me get a tentative smell of that again. I think I like that. I don't know if I like that, but I think I like that. So sometimes, you'll jerk away, but you'll be like, wait, I gotta test that again.
Old gear lube is like cat piss or something. There's a stink to it. I know what he's talking about.
Yeah, it is kind of funky like that.
I use certain gear oil in the chain case of my snowmobile. Excuse me. A lot of time I'll put a little heavier gear oil in there to just for that, right? And man, it's just got that funk to it, man.
Oh, fucking disgusting. Wait, no, that wasn't it right there. Stinky zit.
Stinky what?
Zit. Like you pop a fucking and it smells.
No, never had that.
Yeah,
What
right.
Is that?
Right.
Ooh.
That's called infection, man. That's fucking bad. That's not good.
I don't even want to know. I'm not even looking who wrote that. I don't want to lose any fucking respect for anybody. I'm just going to leave that unseen. I didn't know they stunk.
Like I said, only when they're infected. It's not good.
New things learned every day.
That made me laugh entirely too hard.
Yeah,
all right, man. So let me see. It is fucking 8:20. So at the top of the hour, this is what we're going to do. We have a little giveaway. We have our Sunday giveaway sponsored by Mr. Noob Grows, which we are coming to the tail end of. I think I have one more fucking pack after this. So, nope, 2 more. So we got 2 more weeks of these sponsored by Noob. So here we are. With this one, you're going to get the, let me turn this fucking thing off. There you are. Get out of here. I don't know why I always turn this thing on, just to fucking turn it back off. So we've, oh, excuse me. We got the Trop Cookie by Sweet OG. Bam. And then with that, this is one that Artman had sent me a while back ago, and I've been curious about these, but it's the Rainbow Butter by OC Grower. Artman dropped me off a bunch of those, so I'm going to pass a few of those back on to the community, see how that is. So we're going to, and that is Cali Rolls by Peanut Butter Belts. So should be super fucking interesting one right there. So with that, the fucking word of the day is fucking Booth Crew. So we'll be doing that draw at 9 o'clock. So type in Booth Crew and you can get entered in for them there packs of seeds. Let's see. That looks like a 5-pack of the Trop Cookies by Sweet OG. And I think I'm going to make it like a 10-pack of these rainbow butters because I do believe I have plenty of them. Yeah, I've got plenty of them. So that will also, I'm just going to throw that whole vial right there in with them. That's a good 10-pack right there. Good looking seeds too. So that is the rainbow butter. So we'll do that draw there at 9 o'clock. So Booth Crew is your words.
I had hit some buttons. I don't know what I did.
Were they fun buttons?
No, it's just trying to tell me to put a logo up on something. I don't. I kind of want to take it to see what happens, but then I don't at the same time because I wouldn't know how to reverse it. So I'm just gonna leave it. Smoke this pipe.
Where are you like put a logo? Hold on, I'm gonna fucking push it. But now you make me want to push buttons. I'm gonna push buttons.
This is StreamYard. It pulled up page.
To do like one of these things. Like,
you're doing it.
Yeah. You don't fuck around. These things don't hurt nothing. It's fucking.
Okay, there you go. Sweet.
Yeah.
I like it.
Oh, dude, wait, hold on. Wait, is this the one? You remember this shit?
Welcome to Friday. You can fry an egg or you can fry your brain. Okay.
You remember that shit? Oh, fuck.
Amazing. That's amazing. I literally like
that. Yeah. You gotta love that shit. Hey, you know what we have not had yet?
Hell yeah.
Pinkies up, motherfuckers. Pinkies up.
I can reload. We'll load it up with some Bam-Lam because that's the only fucking thing that seems to be in this tent right now.
Whoa.
Problem with these outdoor plants too is there's no like individual pipe nugs. Everything's like a joint or bigger.
So yeah, man, I don't know if that's a problem or not. I'm always on that end where I'm like,
just like pipe.
Like I want to grind that one nug up. You know what I mean? And because I like to just use the whole nug, but then you have a full grinder full of stuff, and you're like, all right, man, I don't know if I want like fucking 3 or 4 joints of this right now.
I throw out more weed if I grind it. It just sits on the table, goes dusty, and gets fucking boofed out of here. So it's just like I try to pick a little piece, but half of my smoking is left the house, right? So like this consumption level in this house, I got to get used to now. It's like there is none. It's like I smoke a little bit here and there, so we have to figure something out.
Yeah, that's the same issue that I kind of ran across was that. I think it was pretty well known when I first came out and started doing this indoors again was to kind of help supply my kid because he was just going through a ton and shit. Well, now he's all super fucking pinkies up and he buys like dabs 90% of the time and shit and fucking he's all out with a girl. So he's not smoking as much as he was, so that's how I'm like caught up. But right, it's kind of the same. Like you look at it and you're like, oh, like I'm actually gonna have weed start getting old. Like, shit. So that's definitely when your hobo program comes into play. But start getting rid of it.
All right, I gotta find a processor. That's what I need to do.
Yeah, you know what?
Not trying to take 60% of my fucking weight.
I like that idea, and I think I want to kind of do the same as one of these, except I can never figure out how I want it processed. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, like if I really like this flower, I'm going to want to have all of it, but I'm always like, I can't get rid of it. So, but yeah, that's too. This is sorry, I'm just trying to rename this other vial so I don't fucking get it mixed up in my seed vault.
Yeah, I did all right. I ended up with 2 lasagna pans of unlabeled bud. So it's like I'll be able to figure it out once I cut into it, start rolling it up. I'll be able to probably put it into the right category. But the unlabeling of stuff, man, that'll get you in the cannabis game. Because you know what? A lot of cannabis looks alike, especially when it's growing. You tell me you can tell seedlings apart? I don't know. Old veg plants, yes. Flowering plants, 95% of the time you can tell them apart. If you are the like, I wouldn't like Adam and all his strains. Like, he's gonna know what's what because he's fucking dialed into a decimal point kind of thing.
Yeah, like what's what, or at least the parentage. He's gonna be like, is that? And you're gonna be like, well, no, it's a cross of that. But
yes,
yeah.
Someone like me, you get me indoors, everything just looks pretty. I don't know what's what. You give me the dozen strains I've ran the last couple of years, okay, I might be able to pick out the wedding cake or the garlic cookies or something super distinctive. The ham's at, but you tell me I can't succeed by tasting them? Pop them. Oh yeah, fem.
See, now that's one thing. If you have enough experience with that plant, I guarantee you, if you shuffle my Hawaiian around in a room full of fucking clones, I'm gonna find it, and I bet you I'll find it by sight. First and foremost, unless they have literal fucking of the same there, because I can usually fucking. But if I can't tell it by sight, the second I touch that plant, the fucking smells that come off of.
Once they're expressing their terps. Oh, it's there. There's your key, right? You can fucking nail it right there. But like when they're babies, man. Oh, I've done it so many times. You're like, you make a tray up, you turn around to answer the phone, whatever the fuck it is. You turn back around, you're like, okay, fuck. Did I put the garlic on the left, or was it
the? Oh man, I don't know why I just got to thinking this. It was something in chat, but the other day I got like a postcard in the mail for one of these like wood craft supplier stores, and I didn't really pay attention to it. Because they're trying to get you to buy these little like kits that you can make like pens and shaving kits for people and stuff, right? Them motherfuckers right in the bottom, I look and I see, boom, they've got the old school bowls. The old fucking metal fucking bowls with the, centerpiece. I may just for shits and giggles. I know most people prefer glass and stuff, but I may just for shits and giggles do a couple of those, turn a couple handles for them just because, that is just so fucking
nostalgic.
Yeah, just so nostalgic, man. That's the word I was looking for.
Pipes, man, they were everywhere, and the worst was it came to a point where people weren't even trying to be artsy fartsy with them. They were just rolling up paper with a design on it with a plastic sleeve and sticking that sucker on there.
Right? Jesus, no effort whatsoever putting that bitch.
Or you get the people that just had threaded rod. Or not threaded rod, that's threaded pipe.
I've broken more than my fair share of them. The outside where, that's what I got. I got a pipe fucking stuck sticking those two together. Hell, half the time I was just using shit from work anyway. Yeah, I was going through the fucking plumber's truck to be like, all right, let's get some copper. Let's get this. All right, boom, let's go.
Good old maintenance room, yeah.
Right.
Now that I know how little of a blue collar man my dad is when it comes to like be able to fix shit and owning tools and all that, I'm amazed I was able to even make bongs out of my basement.
You saying your dad has no blue collar skill?
No, none whatsoever. Give him the guitar though. You witnessed it. Give him the guitar.
Absolutely.
People will give him hundreds of dollars a night to play his guitar, so he doesn't need to have the skills that we possess. He's got better ones.
Yeah, right. Hey man, that's a musician.
Like a table full of joint smokers. That's like worksite hazard, smoke in the eye.
Hey, that's one of those things. It's like even when I was a kid, I could have told you what I was going to be when I grow up. When I was fucking 5, 6 years old, I was playing as a welder. You know what I mean? I was grabbing my old man's like socket wrenches and shit because it kind of looked like a fucking torch, and I was over there pretending like I was welding shit, my fucking doors back together and shit. Oh boy, there was no. Oh, and the old man saw it too. He knew that I was never going to be a school guy, and I would always tear shit apart, fucking put it back together. I had to see how stuff worked. That is just me. That's mimosa. Nice. Is it, Mr. T. Barrington? Is it bringing you that real nice orangey umpness? What you vaping that out of? Let's get everybody, man. What's everybody smoking? What are you smoking? How are you smoking it? I find that is interesting as the what you're smoking is the how you're smoking. You know what I mean? Between the vapes, you see things like there's a signature between all of them. Like each vape kind of will hit you in a different way. The same way like a bong will hit you compared to a pipe, compared to a joint. You know what I mean? But vapes will do very much the same rolling through there. So it's that difference to be able to switch them around, use different ones. That's why I have ones that travel with me, and when I come home, it's always the trusty ball vapes. But
I was hitting mine the other day. Now, I don't know if it was my temperatures or what, but I kept getting kind of that same vaporizer taste. Now, would the oils left on the bowl start to, like, if I'm not cleaning my bowl fast enough, would I be just kind of reigniting a lot of those oils and the terps in there? I think so. I think I need to clean mine more. I'm just kind of hitting it once or twice and leaving it, but then I smoke it so little that when I use it, I don't think of the cleaning because I use it so little, but then that just compounds. And then eventually I'm at the stage where I'm at now, where the bowl has such a coating on it. No matter what I put in there, no matter how low the temps, I'm reheating all that residual resin or oils that are left there. So yes, clean your vape. That's right.
Yeah. So that's actually one fucking super cool thing that I find with so yeah, these like the titanium bowls like these they get cleaned pretty frequently. These screens get plugged up fairly quick, so I do, especially like these, since this one is so kind of user friendly. I can just screw the handle off. It just put alcohol in it. I don't even take the screen out, shake the motherfucker all around, get her good cleaned up, wash her out with some alcohol. She's ready to go. It takes 2 minutes to clean up. But what I do find is super interesting is I have a couple wood ones. In like a pipe, it kind of soaks in the wood a little differently. There's just a richness and such a different flavor that comes out. When I'm testing a strain, I want to use an absolutely clean, stainless or titanium bowl because then I can get the flavor. I know exactly what it tastes like. But to really just fucking enjoy like a robust, awesome fucking flavor, those wood bowls are just absolutely amazing, man.
Yeah, they build their own characteristic. It's like a terroir of sort, It's like it only comes from that pipe.
Yeah.
Or the type of wood that you use for that pipe, or I'm sure, I don't know anything about it, but I'm sure back in the day when pipe smoking was a lot more affluent, like there is probably designs and wood types that, conform to certain flavors or styles of smoking, or different, certain chops of tobacco are better in certain styles of pipe.
Yeah. And well, and I mean, I enjoy all of these cultivars, and to let just to let just a bit of that, to just be saved, to do that thing. I want to address a question T. Barrington asked real quick. When you're looking at something like the Ruby Twist or the Vapebana, Crossing Tech makes Vapebana's screwball. It's he's done his part to make it look better, nicer, a little better. But if you were really going between those two, I've even looked at it, and for other people's suggestion, like Thunder Dan was asking, I would just go with the Ruby Twist. I have not heard or seen any issues that people are having with them. When you say like the cheap ball vapes, if you're looking at like the fucking Timu or whatever that other site is, AliExpress things, there are things that you have to watch out for. They make some stainless bowls that are a direct copy of, man, I can't think of the name of, holy shit, I'm having so many fucking brain parts right now. Cannabis Hardware, their first metal bowl. There's a copy out there, the shovel head, I'm sorry, so a stainless one. But you have to be real careful when you buy that, because the stainless that they're using in certain ones are popping for lead. So some of these stainless or even some of these titanium, like these super cheap ones, the reason they're so cheap is because there's no testing. They don't care about the quality of the metal. They're just fucking throwing some shit together and getting it off to you. Now, personally, me, I have been going with this here. This company specifically, all of these vapes are stainless. They come from Cloud Connoisseur. I absolutely love them. I will not push anyone away from like the Vape Vana stuff. I'm not a big fan of Cal anymore. He just kind of tis what it is. He's got a good product. I fucking love my Screwball. It is one of the best ball vapes that is out there currently that I have tried. So I can't say anything bad about that. So if that is on your list, I absolutely think that you will not be mad you spent the money on it. If you were thinking of something like Cloud Connoisseur compared to Vape Vana, I would honestly, unless you just want fucking fancy and expensive, the Cloud Connoisseur stuff is great. You are paying for that beautiful titanium, aluminum, precision work. Absolutely. Source from Canada? No, he is definitely in the States. He's a very small dude. If you wanted to source from Canada, I mean, obviously you could get from like Sneaky Pete and stuff. I know Sneaky Pete has the Vape Vana stuff in there too. So, but those are just kind of some of my thoughts. The reason I really like the Cloud Connoisseur stuff, I'll just give you this one. I really do like the stainless holds heat like a motherfucker. It does a great job. I realize I actually have to turn this down lower than my plug-in vapes because it holds so much fucking heat. It absolutely gets it. But I also use it on these Vape Vana bowls. So, it's when you get to mix and match in these things, it is absolutely fucking, you can tune in some seriously good hits with some real terpy flavor. And yes, Black Friday right now, if you're going to get something, and a lot of people already have their Black Friday shit up. So.
I've been using papers lately. Nice and old school. Been working.
So, right? It always does work.
Yeah. Just busy right now. I don't have a smoke station or a spot where I keep all my stuff that I can sit at comfortably and stuff right now. So kind of on the move with it. And a little reminder notice. I cleaned out a vehicle the other day and I found 3 pipes, 2 packs of papers, a bong bowl, and a grinder, and a small little sack. So keep your vehicles cleaned out. If I shouldn't be ever rolling around like that. So
yeah, that is exactly it, man.
Got a little loose.
And other things, you know, we don't think about, but maybe some people think a little more about it, but it's another reason I wanted to get away from burning my weed. I still smoke joints here and there, but I do it like outdoors. You know, I do it when I'm not going to be around, you know, the important people that that I have to be around in my life. So that's the, you know, one where vaping really kind of got in there for me, was because, uh, you know, it doesn't leave a stink in my car. It doesn't leave a stink on me. You know, I could fucking, I could hit and medicate right before I went in or came out with zero issues of people knowing, you know, and so that was an absolute necessity in my life at one point. It's not as important now, but you know, it was. And like you said, I'm not the best at fucking, you know, I bet if you looked in some of my old cars, there's probably joints rolling all over those motherfuckers, you know, lots of joint wrote somewhere, and didn't bother to pick it up. But I was a smoke back then, so you couldn't smell shit in that car, but fucking stale ass cigarettes.
Yeah. Just, yeah, be a little mindful. And yeah, my truck this morning, if we have any mechanics in this group, speak up now, because my truck, listen to this, it's a 2006 Dodge Ram 1500 with well over 300,000 kilometers on it. So we'll say 250,000 miles. It doesn't owe nobody nothing, right? It's burning a little bit of oil. It's on the tail end of its life. I'm not going to throw money in. My daughter was like, your truck tried to start last night. Somebody was trying to fuck with your truck last night or something. I was like, impossible. Keys are not in the truck. Like, you're hearing things, or it's somebody down next door trying to start their car or something. I didn't believe them. And then my dad's like, no, I'm not fucking with you. Your truck tried to fire up. I'm like, that is really weird. Then I'm standing in the living room this morning talking with my family. What do I hear? I'm like, what the fuck is that? That's my truck trying to fire over. So I did it again. I'm like, what the hell, man? So I have a pickup truck in my driveway. The keys aren't even in the truck. And it's turning over. Dies right away. But it fires up. You know, engine fires, there's spark, and there's fucking exhaust comes out, and then it dies. It's like someone's turning the key over and then turning it off. So it's like, oh, man, electrical gremlin.
Oh, no.
I have no wiring fucked with or ignition pulled. One guy said it would change out your ignition. Probably quick fix, man. $40, you know, whatever. Put the part in yourself. I have no auto starter in it. No, that's what everyone says. I have no remote start. No, none of that. Yeah, it's gonna be a tuned wire or some shit like that. No, I wish it was as easy as remote start, man. I fucking wish it was that easy. I may look through it, and there may be an old residual remote start from one of the past owners. I don't see any of that wiring in there, but I also haven't looked. Ghost Rider, yeah, it's fucking awesome. I'm just sitting there and just in the drive of the truck's like, turns off. So, you know, just as my life's getting a little better and I start to feel a little, you know, going on the up and up, they're like, no, you're not done healing yet, my son. New category today. Your emotions are starting to be getting checked. Let's see how your mechanical aptitude and fucking shit's doing.
Yeah, we're gonna test your patience today, bud.
You're getting a little too soft on us there, Jeeves. You're too deep in the emotional side of things.
Yeah, time to fuck some shit up and get some tools in your hands, boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh shit! Grab these. I think I'm down with this one right here. You see that?
Sell it now before you spend 10K hunting this Phantom Fault. Yeah, no, there will be no money spent on this truck. I'm already trying to figure out how to just get a car and sell this as a parts truck, because I don't need it anymore. I bought it to at the time I was running my business, so I needed a truck to haul the welder and everything. I don't need that anymore. I literally commute 4 blocks to my work. So. And I think I'm going to hit the books again.
Oh, the books? What kind of books are we hitting?
You know what? I was thinking maybe even becoming weld inspector.
Hell yeah, dude.
Just because I'm familiar with the trade, I know the lingo, I know the people, I'm right up in there. So I'm just kind of tired of slinging steel all day and there's not.
Yeah, I had an offer from a really good friend of mine who he started a business, and I think unfortunately it would be a conflict of interest. But me and him are going to look in to see if we can make it not. But I may try to become his inspector and get my certification and things for just for when he needs type thing, and or if we can get it finagled, it would be a full payroll thing. That would be a huge different change in life. But I don't see that one happening. But yeah, that would be cool. Like I would love to do that. But at the same point, with some of my issues, if you're doing a real inspection, like in Powerhouse and shit, and I know what I've done to some of them inspectors, I wouldn't even be able to fucking get in and look at some of this shit. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, it's definitely a great route. But you will travel. You know what I mean? That's one of those. You're gonna be fucking having your ass in the seat a long time.
I do not
Lots
mind.
lots of hotels in your future with that one, but it's a fucking cool job.
Well, like I don't have
fuck, I just splashed coffee in my eye. How do you even do that? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Look at that little fucking thing. How do you splash coffee in your eye from that right there? How does that happen?
You realize you are special, Fluff. You can do things some humans can't.
Fuck you, G-Bay.
You have special hidden talents, my friend.
I definitely have some fucking hidden talents, my man.
Good time.
All right, man. Where are we? Jesus, Squirter! All right, real quick. It's almost 9 o'clock. We're going to get to that draw. We got 68 people in here. So if you haven't heard, if you're in here, let's get you in chat. We're going to get this up. In 3 minutes, we are going to do the giveaway. Type in the code Booth Crew to get in this giveaway.
I think if we had a booth meetup with all 68 of these people.
Oh, dude. Well, I mean, we're trying. The Booth Crew meetup gets fucking bigger and bigger every year. Yeah. So what we have to start off, we've got the Trop Cookies by Sweet OG from Ethos. I believe those are Fems. That looks like 5-pack. I'm giving away. These were gifted to me, and I had some extras from Artman in chat. These are the Rainbow Butter. That is Cali Roll by Peanut Butter Belts from OC Grower 40. OC Grower 47? Something like that. Anyway, but so you got that right there. So at the top of the hour, we got 1 more minute. So type in the code Booth Crew. At 9 o'clock, we rolling this.
10 o'clock for those on Eastern Standard Time. Oh, I'm getting close, man. This is the last. I've got all my pans that did have rough chop in them done, so the only thing left to do now is the stuff that's hanging. What did I say? I had 26 pans. So before I even chop those plants, I have to go through the pans and get them all down to 60 RH or even lower, 58 maybe, and then bag them all up.
I like that. I like that, Dave. That's my kind of man. All right, are we here? 9 o'clock. Let's roll this shit. Get over here. We have 31 entries. Oh, good luck, everybody. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Slow it down, and no, get it, got it. Oh, poor grower.
Hell yeah!
Congrats, poor grower.
Good job, brother.
I don't remember.
I was in quite a bit in Discord.
So, poor grower. I don't remember if I had sent you something, if you have won before or not. I believe you have, but I'm not sure. Send me your information, and I will be getting that out to you ASAP.
Yeah, it's nice. I guess he discovered the Booth Crew Discord a little while ago, and he's been chilling with us in there. Seeing him more and more. It's nice.
Hey, thanks, Magpie. I'm trying to fucking do that, man. Get nice, calming videos to watch. Shit, I should post that link there in chat and see if I could get any new subscribers, but still makes me feel weird.
Yeah, it's like when you see a higher number watching and not so many people entered, it's like they probably have a Tupperware container like I do, though. Just full to the rim. You're like, I feel guilty winning more seeds because they're not going to get put in dirt for a long time. Like a lot of my seeds are never going to hit dirt. I'm going to have to gift them and send them on down the line. But it's like, yeah, some are there for collection purposes, but a lot of them are just good for growing. And it's like, got to get those out of there. So I see why not everyone enters. I know, I understand.
Yep.
But that just gives better chance to the people that are entering.
Right. Hey, man, fucking pass them out and give them out.
Yeah, man.
That's the thing. I sit here sometimes and I think, man, like, don't send me seeds. I have enough. But I give out so many fucking seeds. You know, I'm giving these things out almost fucking daily at this point to people who need them. You know, or want something. You know, or they're down and out. So kind of like you with just passing out the grown weed. You know, I hear about the growers want them. They're getting some seeds, man. Don't care if you know, I've been blessed with a lot of people who have given me a lot of you know, high end genetics, and I can't grow them all. You know, I'll test, I'll keep a couple, but I'll pass a lot of that on. You know what I mean? So I got no problem. You know, more or less doing the shuffle. So. And when they shuffle through and there's something I want, they stay. If not, then it's, you know, I'm just an envoy for them to get moved on to another spot, to another person who needs some help.
Hell yeah. Now I got a local buddy there I went to high school with. I mentioned this a couple shows ago. He messaged me, hey, you still doing the cannabis thing? I'm like, oh, yeah, deep as can be. You know, I got it all, brother. So he wants to get he's basically in almost the same position I am. He did a outstanding outdoor, so he's not in a rush or anything, but he's like, my indoor just fell apart. Like I got nothing alive anymore. Everything's dirty. I got to clean, go, you know. So I need some help getting back on my feet. So I think I'm going to wait till he's ready to go and I'm ready to go, and then we might be hitting up Mr. Magpie. But yeah, that's probably my like the highest quality for least input route. But I also got a box load of seeds here, so I should be starting some of those too. I like doing what the
Canadians the one thing I kind of envy you guys in Canada that we can't do here, or we can allegedly, but is, you know, just to be able to like kind of mail back and forth. You know, I would love to be able to, you know, like ship you, fucking, you know, I enjoy. Even if I don't have the best weed in the world, you know, which I don't, you know, but even if I don't have my top weed, I always bring some to share with my friends, because I know what it's like to sit there and smoke your own day in, day out. And then, you know, even if it ain't the fucking best thing, it's nice to get something different, you know. And I like just smoking, you know, I like my friend stuff. I get together with Clay frequently. You know, we always exchange weed back and forth, you know, and that's what I love about it. You know, it's another way to just, you know, find different things. Oh shit. Anyway, so yeah, it's fucking, man. You know, I envy you guys. You know, I wish I could fucking send packages like that back and forth.
Yeah, it is pretty neat.
Yeah, you know, but same old problems. You know, you got to do your due diligence to make sure your box gets where it gets. So I guess we kind of have to do the same thing. But you know, you don't take the chance of, you know, prison, I guess.
Yeah, I talked to the one lady one day because like she had mentioned something a couple times, like. Sorry,
Yeah. You know what? Fucking right. Fucking right. Right here. Yeah, DA, if you're listening, we would like to fucking internationally ship weed legally. Hell, we'd like to just ship weed legally, you motherfuckers. Let us.
So it was like, I asked her, I said, this is what I do. I'm involved in this and it's legal. What would be the reasons why stuff wouldn't make it or what? And she just basically said, if we can smell it, we can terminate it. Not that it's doing anything, but they have to play on such an even playing field, basically like scents and stuff like that, like bother people. So they're just a zero tolerance. If it smells like weed, they have the right to throw it out or pull it out of circulation, whatever the fucking terminology is. So it's like, just don't send loose baggy stuff that's when you squish the box or touch the box and it's going to emit fucking stank.
Right. Don't store your fucking boxes in your grow room. I figured that one out. yeah, G-Man.
I'm looking
take
at
them fuckers up.
Box. It's unfolded right now. Like,
I know. That's what I used to do. I took them upstairs, way away from there, because my post. Right, I said this one not so long ago. I handed it to my post lady. She goes, "Is there weed in that?" And I just took it right back.
Yeah,
and I was like, "No."
Yeah.
No.
The problem was, I was wearing gloves last time, and I wiped the table off or cleared a space when they had all this shit on it, right? Well, what I did was I put all the trichomes in a line down the bottom of the glove. And then I sat it on the box to write my stuff out. I'm very OCD when it comes to labeling. So I'm like, I press firm with my hand and I make sure all my letters are nice and square and straight and blah, blah, blah. And then I went to pick my hand up and it was like, and there was like a line of hash on the fucking shipping label. And it's one of those carbon copy things that you can't take it off. I'm like, well, it made it. Weed Nerd got his box, but that was a little worried. I'm like, there is definitely molecules, lots of them, all over the outside of this box. Sayonara, good riddance here. See if it works.
I know I've definitely I've ruined many of boxes because I'd be in a hurry. I'd be working in the garden or something, and you know how I am. I'm doing 900 things at one time. So I'm like, I get that fucking address written down real quick or the label slapped on it real quick. And yeah, in doing that, ruin the box, ruin the label, got to redo the whole fucking thing all over again because, I left a fucking big ass just hash right on the box. Yeah. Fuck. So I don't even play around anymore with that shit. Like everything gets thrown away. I start over. And then I just stop what I'm doing. I go upstairs. I'm like, all right, I already ruined one. Don't do it again.
Well, usually, that's something you get the missus to do. Write a neat label for me.
Well, that's why I got a fucking label printer. Bro, I can't even read my own chicken scratch half the fucking time.
Exactly right. I'm pretty good with it. I come from the restaurant shit where I had to write those chalkboard signs at the bar and stuff like that, or write out the daily specials on things. So I had to make it nice quickly. So I learned it. I got pretty good handwriting. Kind of girly, but it works.
No big word. It's a Nelco fucking thermal printer. I think it's like a Nelco Fort. Is it a 420? I don't know. But anyway, it's a little thermal printer, man. Connects right to my phone. Fucking perfect. Actually, I have two of them now because I didn't do a whole lot of research. Like, man, when you gotta fucking look at those thermal printers and you think of all the things you want to print with them, like I want to do 1-inch seed labels, and I want to do shipping labels, and I want to do just small square. Not fucking maybe one printer does all of that at one time. You know what I mean? But I figured out that some of them didn't do, and I didn't do enough research and yada yada. So I got two of them now. But yeah, that's now I can read shit, and it's so much better. Uh-oh, what's up, buddy?
I could do a label maker. It was a lot better when I had the
go in the room?
Label maker, but I'm not doing jars now, so I just write in marker. Oh, yes. Hawaiian number 2. The veggie
co-host was showing up.
The co-host, your kitty.
Yeah, yep, exactly. So
Mine, since I moved to the basement, my dogs don't come down here and visit. They know I don't got snacks and shit down here. They're like,
they're just man, fuck that place.
yeah. Go down there just to get yelled at. No thanks. I don't mind. It's the dog hair. Goddamn dog hair, man. When you're trimming by hand, you get to see it all.
Oh yeah. Well, the good part is though, you get to pull it all off too.
Yes, exactly. All right, some of the buds, like there's some bigger buds too, and I was just like, whatever, fucking, you're done.
Oh.
My first brother
Yeah.
label, yeah, they're good.
I fucking put a case on my fucking phone. So if you guys can't hear me or if it's all wonky, I apologize. We'll try to figure it out. But I know I can't really make great phone calls while in here, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, the handheld brother fucking label printers. Lost that one in the doors.
Fuck.
Have to get a new one. I think I don't use them often enough either. So, and I just went and bought 66 feet of 8-inch vacuum seal. So it's 8 inches wide, 66 feet long. So I don't believe I'll be using a jar anytime soon.
Hey, you can fucking hear me.
Yes, sir.
Let's go. So we'll hop in here. So today is officially day 65. I did scope over here. Let me turn the fan off so you're not fucking blowing right in it. So I did scope this one, definitely done, but it's staying in the bed with everybody else. We're gonna let it get just a wee bit more amber.
Nice and dark.
Yeah, I like this. This is very reminiscent of the Black Forest, the dad. Not the biggest. I mean, this looks a whole lot like Black Forest. So, we've got Disney of 2. These things are looking fantastic. Fucking smelling funky as shit. So very excited for that one. It's like you the same problem you got. It is definitely a nice little yielder. I could have done better on this, but I'm not mad. It's very consistent buds. If you look around inside here, everything kind of the same size, obviously except for the tops, but just gorgeous right now. The number 1, I believe. So as you can see, we are getting to the end. They're dying off. They're fading out. You can actually, when I come over here to Bambi, we'll see it a little better. But you can see that trichome pop is starting to come out. So we are definitely looking at very close to probably, and for some people, this is probably absolutely done. So, but I like to take mine a little bit longer. But here's Bambi. She is just burning. I cannot wait to have more of this in my garden. Bambi's friggin' stunning. So, I like it. Interesting thing too, I am going to try. Yeah, look how floppy everything is. I did such a bad job this round. Guys, you can make fun of me. Yep.
Need a little bit of blue pill up in that room.
Yeah, we're gonna mix that in the next fucking round. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a little bit of the next top dress. Some fucking
Gas station blue pill for the win.
Yeah, so we are so close. Flop forest. I love it. I know. So I can't wait to get back to having more of an Instagram fucking garden than this flop fest I let happen.
Hey man,
But
still all good.
yeah, you know what? It's a good thing. I was stress testing regardless. I seen a lot of issues that I needed to work on.
Yeah, when you're making enough weight that you have to reevaluate your support system when you already have a top-notch one in place.
Oh, well, that's I don't know about that. But I mean, if you were to look at like the background picture I would use for the last, from the last round of these, everybody just stood a little taller. I think through my testing, when I got my test report, I don't know if I ever saw things like silica on that report. I know it had some of the more minor minerals, things like that, but I don't know if that was there. So I'm going to do a lot. What's up?
I'm going to show you here. Oh, there we go.
No, we ain't scapegoating that. I was wanting to see what fucking happened, and we're seeing what happened. It didn't work out so well for me. But it also, like I said, it made me want to reevaluate or think whether I need to get like my silica levels up or get them tested.
Yeah, I found the raw silica is good. It's very easy to apply. There's just an order of operation you have to do it in, so it doesn't follow the solution.
Yeah, exactly. But like most of these, I've never had a problem with like these standing straight and just absolutely rigid. And they're not doing that this round. So like I said, it's one of those where I look at it and I'm like, all right, I got to. I don't think so, Kingfisher. Plus, there's lucky enough, there are a couple different phenos in here. Let's see. So Bambi is very reminiscent of this one here. They're very close. I'm gonna be kind of fighting to see which one I want to keep. But this one, like I say, this one's very Black Forest leaning, and so there's a lot of difference inside of that one compared to this one. We have an array of terps in here. Back here, we have a little bit of a lemony, funky thing. Not really sure how to even describe it. The Black Forest leaning one is just absolutely funky. Just kind of. This one has that floral. I'm still waiting to see if it pops with that funk. Same with the man. Is it? Yeah, I think it's this one that's getting more purpley. But yeah, like these ones are just got that funk. So and when I had the right ones, when I had that real floral funky, man, I couldn't even stop. I wanted to put it back and I couldn't. So but it's always possible.
No, Kingfisher, you have no idea about going to get sick of BAM. I bet you I win. I look in this tent every time I go to pick I'm like, oh, I'll get some nice fresh something to smoke. And I have to sort through BAM 1, 2, and 3. There's 75% of my fucking weight right now is BAM. So good thing I've got 3 different plants to choose from. But I haven't been able to dial anything in yet. I haven't been able to really test any of this stuff out. The only one that I've been able to sit and analyze a little bit is the Grape Hoolie. It was taken down early from the storm, so it's kicking the ass is not there. But boy, is the flavor there. Like when you crack this jar, like Huli was telling me, it's kind of like a reminiscent of just opening a bag of grapes. It's not like fake bubblegum grape at all. It's just like a very sweet smell. And then you get that little hint of that grape in the background. But when you chop it up and put it in a paper and light it on fire and take a couple of puffs off it, it's like the old school blueberry strains I used to get that had that funk in the mouth, like a very fermented berry flavor in the mouth. On exhale, you just get that. It's a very enjoyable, strong taste on the tongue. So it's like I'm not getting much of a buzz off it because it's very early, so I'm not getting any sedation from it. I'm also stoned all day long, so who really knows? We need a virgin person to smoke it. Tell me what's up. But goddamn, it's good. I'm telling you, you nailed it, Huli, on the flavor of that thing, man. It's literally so enjoyable as a flavor smoke. So good job. Like all the other stuff's just it's been sitting in 60-60 for a long time. Has had zero chance to cure, and every time I go to smoke some, I still do get that kind of black ash, kind of watery taste. It's kind of hard to keep lit. You're just like, you know that you're just kind of you're asking for something that isn't there.
Yeah, actually, I was just fucking the nug. I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks or a week ago. I think it was a week ago that I pulled down. Finally, getting to try a small little bit of that. The problem is I don't remember which fucking plant it came off of. But it also was victim of it's just kind of like got clipped up back here, so it got whatever environment it gets, and so it got kind of speed dried. It doesn't have any hay taste, but it definitely doesn't have as much terps as it had when I put it up there.
Yeah, I was
So,
fighting this room temperature wise because I still have to fucking habitate that. This is my fucking area I live in, so I can't be having 55 degrees down here. You know, it's just not fucking gonna happen. But I managed to keep it under 70 anyways the whole time. We're in the mid 60s, usually 65 or something like that. Right now I'm sitting at 69.9, so we are just under 70 degrees right now. But the major drying has happened. I'm not looking at any risk of, you know, everything's been, the last stuff was hauled out November 12th, I believe. 12th or 10th. So we're basically sitting on a 2-week hang. Yeah, it's the 24th today. Yeah, so we were sitting on a 2-week hang for the youngest stuff. And some of that cannabis in there has been in there a month. You know, just chilling. It's very, very spongy still. Been sitting at the 60. So what I'll do is I'll 55 it probably, bring it down and just get a bit of crunch on it, so I know when I bag it up that moisture is not going to cause an issue. It'll just redisperse into the drier parts of the plant, and won't bump itself up. But there, you know, you can't really create moisture if you don't change the heat, right? Like you can if there's moisture in a bag and you jack that temperature of its environment, it will sweat and will cause condensation, will cause you rot, all that shit. So I just have to be really, 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 really careful when I hit that vacuum seal on that bag. If it's not right, I could ruin my whole shit, right? So the first round, what I did was 2 weeks later, I took a sample of each strain that I had bagged up, cut the tops off the bag, opened it, let it breathe, dumped it out, smoked some, checked it all out. Everything was fucking perfect. It's actually dialed right in. It done some curing on its own, just sitting in that environment. So 40-day hang, just procrastination. I'm busted. Cake, I know I'm trying, buddy. I'd say I'd buy you a ticket, but you'd be one of the more expensive ones. So you don't get to come.
yeah, that would be a fucking expensive ticket right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting through it, and I've crested the hill a week or so ago, so I'm not giving up now. I'm going to try to get Victoria down here again next weekend. We've got some time freed up, so I'm going to try to lasso her ass over here so she can help me finish this up, but we'll see what happens there. I'm also pretty picky, so I like doing it myself. I'm not saying that anyone that has helped me has done anything subpar. It's been fucking all trim better than fucking my trim job has been. But I don't mind going through the whole crop myself, man. Saying that you hand trim 10 pounds of your own fucking no-till organic backyard boogie, fuck, man, that's a little pat on the back right there. So I'm trying to build up some of my self-worth again, my my inner motivation, the little bit of fire you want as a someone who wants to be passionate about their hobbies and their life. I'm missing some of that right now. So I'm like, this is kind of a test for myself. Every single night I sit down and trim, I want to quit. Don't get that wrong. Every single night I'm sitting here trimming, I'm like, I could just fucking put this stuff in a bag and call it a day. I'm like, no, you don't. Get that bud. That fucking thing.
You're a better man than me, dude. I would have dropped the scissors like over a month ago.
No, I know that's what everyone's saying. That's all. I'm using this as motivation. Not that it's getting me anywhere or getting me a trophy or fucking nothing, right? But it's a little personal goal I've set myself just to kind of keep.
You're putting pride into your work, man. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. If anything, more people should put more pride into what it is they do and what gives them passion, right? You're embracing the suck, right? It is what it is. It's a part of the process, and I do admire that. While at the same time, my admiration is, fuck that. But
hey, if you grow big plants, that's what you deal with. You know what I mean? You have to deal with the fucking trim.
You got it. Street cred. Street cred. That's right. That Jeff Rowe nailed it. I want to call myself a badass outdoor grower. Well, I got to do badass outdoor grower stuff.
There you go.
I want to be a lazy indoor grower.
Yeah, fuck me too. So let me know how that happens.
I don't think it does.
Fuck.
Well, I'll show you.
Oh, I'll show you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I could show you too. Honestly, that's what this last one was. There was a whole lot of lazy. I mean, I definitely wanted to test. When looking at my soil report, fucking, I had, everything that was needed was there in abundance. Obviously, I needed to get more into the lower micros that might be in there. But I was also, dicking around with light in there. I wanted to stress them out, let them kind of grow up a little bit and get them fucked up because I want to see what the stress does to them. This is still a plant I'm working on, so I need to note these types of things. Right. I definitely noted some issues when you get a little fucking lazy with this plant. I've seen what happens, and I know what happens when you give it all the fucking love the grower wants. I've seen that. It's fucking great. That motherfucking plant gives you all you want. It's terpy. It's good. It's frosty. It fucking grows. It does the same if you don't give it the most bestest love in the world. It just doesn't quite stand itself fucking up. So I'm gonna get my shit back together. We're gonna I already know what I got to do. I've been waiting for the end of this run anyway because this will be third or fourth run in that bed. So I haven't put any new soil or any new mass back in it in those couple runs. So it's been time for a hot minute to get some compost back on top of there. I obviously I do all the chop and drop to keep all that stuff in to keep things moving back into that bed. But those plants and the biomass I'm taking out is way more than I'm kind of putting back in when they give it to me. So it's time when I'm happy about that. I love working on the soil on that bed. The next round of cover crop, the next round of plants in this thing, they are gonna be fucking gorgeous. I already know that because I already know what work I have to do and to put into it. So I'm already super stoked to get these down and get the next round running. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm super excited about. And the next plants are gonna be better because this bed needed that amount of work. It's so. I'm ready to give them, I love getting in there. I love the smell of the soil when you work in it and things like that, especially this time of year, where you're kind of back on the inside because there is not much outside to get that fucking nature, soil, smell to do all that. To get them microbes all up in you. It's very important for me in the wintertime, for sure.
Yeah, is that why I'm lazy and horny all the time? That's funny. All right, it's fun trimming up these random buds every once in a while and just throwing them in the pipe. But like I was telling Fluff yesterday, I don't know what I smoked yesterday, but I had a 4-hour nap. I haven't done that in a while. No. Kudos to the mystery bud I smoked yesterday. That's some medicine.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude, I absolutely love when you accidentally get that one and you're like, because I'm not, like Cake said up there. I love when they keep telling you how many things are just fucking linked to ADHD and it's a fucking problem. And I mean, hell, I see it, but I'm not a nap person. It's hard for me to just fucking shut down. And I could be doing stuff, and I like to be doing stuff. That's the way my fucking brain's wired. So when something, and I'm getting, I'm a tired old man, and my mind isn't catching up to my body, if that makes sense. I beat the dog shit out of this thing, a lot of miles. So, a nap would be great every once in a while. So when I get something that does fucking just put you out, I'm like, oh, what? 'Cause I like that.
Oh, I hit the hidden piece of hash. That's what I like.
You know what? That's the hidden piece of hash.
Off the thumb hash.
And just toss her in there?
Yeah. Getting it, man. I made some the other day too, just pressed out of the trikes, the sift out of the bin. Most of it's uncompressed in a jar, just sitting loose, but I did take a good couple grams and compress it just with my hands, just real hard press with my palm. And I let it sit for a couple days to dry out and stiffen up. When I smoked some of that, and oh boy,
have a great day, Dan.
Lighter to it and get just a very basically a vaporization of it. The first hit before anything's got a cherry to it or anything. And
put the lighter next to it, not on it.
Yeah, you can see it bubbling and stuff. It's like, oh, the flavor I got was like 90s hash, man. It was like, oh yeah.
You know what? That's what, and that's the other thing when you get to thinking about like fucking the vapes and vaporizing, because the hash, any dry hash, any of that stuff, that is the stuff that really gets like, that the vapes shine. To just get that high heat, to no flame on it. You get that flavor, and I realized that because back in the day, that's how you used to try to do the hash, right? And you didn't put that lighter on it. You put the lighter way above it, and you tried to hit it just fucking hard enough that you brought the heat down, but not the flame. And then you would just see that hash bubble down away from your fucking, oh, so good.
Yeah, I'm loving some of the new camera work people are doing where they're showing trichome melting under heat. I don't know if it's vaporizer or whoever they're fucking getting these cameras down at these levels. But it's so neat to watch the heat come through the trichome forest, and they just melt.
I should do one of those. I haven't fucking set up one of those vapes in a long time, but I got vapes with big fucking clear glass bowls that you can pack it all up and get the camera down in there and just watch it happen. I'll make one later and put the video in a little short in Discord or Instagram or something. Yeah,
I've got some glass TIG torches, TIG cups. Slide one over.
Man, I'm so jealous. Fucking, I used to see that shit every so often, and I could not find them motherfuckers to save my life. Like, those glass things were a European thing, I think, and it was a long time before they caught on around here.
I had a weird setup I got from a trade show, and it was a whole tackle box full of a bunch of bullshit. And it was weird because none of it really worked with any of my stuff. What the hell is all this shit? But it was fun.
Yeah.
Trade shows are always nice because everyone's just trying to throw product at you. So you do walk out with a fucking baggie full of goods. Like there's the Kind Winter Fair, which is tomorrow and Tuesday in Toronto. The only issue, it kind of sucks, and it's like, it's kind of dumb because I tried to go around the loophole, but there is no loophole. They figured it out. So what it is basically a trade show where you can buy tickets as a general admission. But if you go in as general admission, none of these samples are available to you. The samples are only for retail workers only. So you get to walk around while everyone around you's copping up free samples, and you're just looking at it. So what I tried to do was get my Canicel or Cancel or whatever the fuck it's called. It's basically the Ontario educational program to be able to sell cannabis over the counter. But then
operation
to have a retail outlet linked to that. You can't just buy your seller's permit basically and go as a vendor or go as a retail, because you have to be linked to a storefront. There has to be that bit of information. Before it wasn't. Before it was just proof of Cancel gets you on the sample side of things. And for $65, you get that license. You go to one trade show and you walk out with $200 worth of product. So it's kind of stupid. So I decided I'm opting out of that. I'm not going to go down and do that. But I was almost going to go. I'm still thinking about it. Like, I know dispensaries are kind of on our on the downside of where we're at, but they're not going anywhere. Let's get real. They're probably never going to have a store down the road where backpackers are going to be selling. That's over. The government has got their grip on the tax, and they are not letting go. It's like a boa constrictor on a fucking mouth. They got us. They're not going anywhere. Not that I want to go promote anything of that nature. It's not really what I'm after. But I also realize that I'm got 20 something years of working days left in my life. I really enjoy cannabis. Not so much this heavy labor shit no more. So it's like, I'm kind of like, and then the price point, I'm looking around at welding gigs around here, and the prices, it's so, when they raised that minimum wage, it came up, but then it didn't push everything else up, right?
No,
so
sure fucking didn't.
I'm not far off from fucking slinging coffee prices, man. And I'm killing myself. So I'm a lot, I'm more smart than I am good looking. So I'm pretty smart. And it's like, I'm figuring this shit out real quick. And I'm like, midlife change. Yeah, you got it, Cake. I'm thinking like, damn, I'd much rather get into the farming side of things. But everyone I've talked to is like, dude, you think it's bad in other areas. Like, you don't want to be as cool as it is.
I swear to God, dude, farming is like legit. Farming is like just plain insurance scams. That's how you make money. You just try to fucking bullshit your way through, and fucking insurance is how you make money farming. Like, I don't know how that shit works nowadays. It's a rough life out there for that. But right, I mean, you think of the cost of an actual farm, and if you think of, like, I've looked into just doing something super small scale, but food wise, you can't do like a mix of food. You got to do, if you're going to do it, you got to do a single crop. You got to do a bunch of shit with that single crop. So you got to figure out what you're doing. And then all of that equipment and everything goes along with it. All of those, you might as well fucking own a welding rig. I can tell you that. And
Yep.
You'll probably have less fucking expenses and upkeep on your welding equipment.
I'm thinking of it like I need benefits now for my family, as they're no longer available either through me or the mother of the children. So like, I got to get on that. It's something that's now entered my life, is the need for family medical benefits. I don't have it currently at my current job. We're looking into it and stuff, but I've seen these companies come in and have these dispensaries that if you make it into management, you get full health coverage. To me, that's worth lots to me, because I have a disabled son and a young growing family. So it's like, that's part of my income when people offer me that package. Like, I look at that. See, I'm not like an 18-year-old, like, oh, whatever, yeah, cool, I get free dentist trips. And me too. I also have to replace all my teeth, up, down, all around. They all got to be, something's got to happen. So like, that's in the next 10 years of my life. I can't afford that without benefits, man. So I'm seriously looking into it, man. Like where I almost called her Miss G Bay, where Barefoot was working day off, they had full medical benefits. She had full medical benefits while she worked there. And I'm thinking, not that I'd want to go take her job, but it would be in that alley. I get to play with cannabis, and I get, I got to look at it that way. And there's certain avenues I don't want to just go back into. Not that there's anything wrong with just taking.
It might be a little easier, kind of up there where you are. I look down here within just a couple minutes of there's probably maybe 3 dispos worth driving to, or not worth driving to, but kind of if I was going to work at them, would be worth driving at. And at no given time have I ever seen a consistent employee base at any of these places. So it makes me wonder very much, like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, why can't you keep people there? And that's what keeps me out of that fucking industry, because whatever fuckeries happen, they can't keep people there.
Having an inside look at it for a while, I was, that's a benefit I have. I got to see and discuss sides of it that most of the general public wouldn't, right? Being married to someone who was running the show for a bit. And a lot of it is the people like me, mid-40s, need a job, don't fuck around, show up every day, like that aren't, I haven't made it as a career person in a certain aspect. So I'm kind of floating around right now. Like I don't really have anything solid. So someone like me, I'm a great hire because I'm going to commit. I'm going to like literally dive into that job and do the best I can every day and try to climb the ladder as quick as possible and all that. But then you get the other side of people working at dispensaries that are like, they think it's a party. They're 20 years old. They don't give a shit about their shifts because they don't have anyone relying on them or nothing. They're using it as a part-time job just to get a few $100 here and there. And it makes it hard for the responsible and the management side of things to make schedules with people calling, you know what I mean? There's that side of it where that's where the turnaround happens. Usually there's the upper management or the management side and the serious little bit older crowd. They're the solid ones. They never go anywhere. And then there's this underlying fucking whirlwind of 20-year-olds. And, they come in and come out and, just doing what.
Maybe that's the problem. I would show up every day and do the job and everything. But at some point, that 20-year-old going to piss me off. And, well, then I go, I guess. So. So maybe that's how the turnaround happens. They keep trying to employ those fucking. I don't want to call them dumb stoners, but let's call them dumb stoners.
That's the thing. There is the stoner stereotype, and then there's the people that break it. I'm one of the breakers. If somebody tries to make fun of me, call me a stoner at work and shit, I start to break down fucking math and shit with them. Okay, you want to call me fucking stupid? Let's do this, bud. You want to act like you're fucking smart because you don't smoke weed and you drink whiskey? Let's fucking do it. And I'll put them in the dirt, man. So it's like, but then there's people that just are the stoner. And you can't get around that. And it's just
that's what, man, my little brother, fucking, you hand him a one hitter and that dude turns into the stoner. Yeah, you know what I mean? And I can't, his whole life, it's always been that way. And I just never have got it, and that's great. You are a drummer in a band, like perfect. You know what I'm saying? But holy fuck, man, it is so funny to just watch the littlest bit of good weed just turn that dude so stupid.
Wouldn't it be nice to be a cheap date like that?
Yes, it would. Like that. I'd be like, the first time I tried RSO, that made me feel like that. That was fantastic. That was only a couple of years ago. Took a little fucking dab of that shit. Fucking fell asleep for about 10 hours. And when I got up to like pee in the middle of it, fucking wobbling like, holy fuck, I am ripped.
Yo, speaking of that magic word you just said, dab, can you please hit me with one?
Oh yeah, we have been slacking like a motherfucker with this. I'm sorry, guys.
That's right. I see how that is. When daddy's away, the kids will play.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, sorry about that. I honestly thought I was going to be with you guys for about another 15 to 20 minutes before you lost me. I was pretty certain of that, but you know,
It's all good.
I pulled off eBay instead of the dab rug. All right, I'm not touching buttons anymore. Woo!
Sounds fair.
Hey, I have managed to keep the show running the entire time. Like,
You're doing good.
this is
I don't have to touch that.
Damn,
impressive.
man, you didn't even accidentally shut it down, not even once.
Not even once, man.
Holy fuck, things are looking up.
Oh,
Fucking, what is this? Almost 5 years of doing this shit? We're getting it. Is it almost 5, or are we on 4?
We're like about almost exactly 4.
Almost exactly 4. Yeah.
that's
Doing
some
this shit a long time, man.
Hawaiian number 2, I think that is.
So, sorry about that. We failed the simulation. The 6-hour simulated drive that we were trying to get done in 5 or less made it in about 5 hours 25 minutes. So.
Hey, oh, that's pretty fucking good time, though.
I'm not the
Dude.
only one that takes that number that the GPS gives you, and that's like, got to beat the high score.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's absolutely got to beat the high score.
I try to get like, you know, like, so if it's a 6-hour drive, if you can knock an hour off of that, I'm like, that's a successful drive right there. Because by the time you add like piss breaks, food stops, you know, anything like that, you know, you're only adding to that time even more. And so consider we whittled it down. I had to stop 3 times to knock ice off the insides of my tires so that I could get rid of the fucking shake on the car. Which, had I thought of that yesterday when my car was sitting parked at the in-laws, you know, with all the snow collected in there from the previous night, which never even crossed my mind because I never got my car up above 70 kilometers an hour that whole day. But yeah, started like as soon as you get it above 100 this morning, it's like, holy shit, I better stop. Knock some of the ice out, and I'm just like, holy crap, this is going to be quite the task. Like, hopefully this is a little bit better. And it was a little bit better. But by the time we hit Jasper Park, I was like, nah, man, we've still potentially got like another 5 hours of driving.
I've had it before where you get stuck on your ice. Like, you go out and you knock it off, and there's such big hunks that you try to drive away, and you're just like, woo. You're like, fuck, you got to go push them out of the way and shit. It's like, I woke up in snow this morning too. It wasn't supposed to be here till Tuesday, but
So I haven't seen any yet. But I saw something white like float down on a cold day, and I was like, "You motherfucker, don't you dare!" And I don't think we got it yet. I think they're talking about it might be coming though, here in the good old fucking Mideast.
Yeah, this is it sucks. It's apparently so we drove 10 hours to get to Calgary Friday morning for King Diamond concert. We get there, and we were there like early. We got there about 3 hours before the doors were to open. So we're like, we got time to kill. I get a hold of my crazy batshit auntie Ruth, and I was like, hey, we got time to kill. Let's hang out, because she's awesome. She really is. She's just eccentric in such a wonderful way. And so she's, oh, I'll meet you down there and all that. And so we're sitting at the casino where the event is, and you know, we got an hour to wait before she gets here. Let's social media. What is the very first fucking thing I see? Show is canceled. Son of a bitch. We just drove 10 hours for fucking in the snow, which wasn't bad snow, really, to be honest. But to say wasn't supremely pissed off about the whole situation would be an extreme understatement. And so my first thoughts is low ticket sales on this, right? Because about 2 weeks ago, they canceled the Edmonton and Regina shows, which were the 2 days previous to Calgary. And they moved the Vancouver show, which was last Monday, to a smaller venue. And when you have no life like me and you pay way too much attention to this shit, and you look at the seating map constantly to, you know, just make sure there's seats there. They'd only sold a few hundred tickets to that show before they moved it to a smaller venue, right? So when this one gets canceled, I'm thinking like, fuck, man. They cancel this on the day of the show, just a few hours beforehand, knowing full well this was going to be a real possibility. But it looks like they actually had a fucking one of their semi trucks that carries stage equipment all that around actually hit a fucking ditch. And I'm like, well, but what kind of fucking idiot are you? Because the roads are not that bad. Hell, we just drove through there. And I'm actually even skeptical about that truck even hitting the ditch on its way to Calgary. Because we just drove through there and there was no semi-trucks in the ditch at all. In fact, there was 0 vehicles in the ditch between there. So where did this happen? I'm kind of curious. And yeah.
Dude, I can't believe that. That is like,
so
I'm in here like fucking, I'm pissed for you. Fuck.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, okay, so here's the thing. The whole way there for like 10 hours, just about, I'm having a very emotional trip because I'm so excited. Y'all know what this dude means to me. So I'm excited, giddy, like fucking, like oh my god, butterflies in my stomach. You know, like almost like you're gonna ask the hot chick in high school out, sort of thing. Like, you know, butterflies like that. And then the next minute, I'm almost fucking crying because my daughter, who's named after one of his albums, isn't here to share this experience with me, right? And I'm flip flopping like this the whole drive, and then you just get the anger and the rage and all that. And it's like, okay, well, there's bitching and whining will solve nothing. There's nothing we can do about it. It is what it is. And like, but on the bright hat side, now I get more time to go hang out with my auntie and go see my cousin. We had a great visit with them. It was amazing. And then after about 2 hours, she kicks us out of her fucking house. She's like, you guys got to go. And she's like, it's snowing, get going. She already knew the plan was for we were going to go and just show up on Colton's doorstep. He knew we might be there that night, like midnight-ish, 1 o'clock in the morning-ish. That we told him that it could happen. We're down with that. And we're like, fuck it. We're just going to go here from here to Colton's house. And I took a wrong turn somewhere and we ended up going a different way, right? And all that. So then we missed out on fucking seeing Colton. And the whole time we're driving, like, Calgary did have a snow warning, but there's not much snow there. It really wasn't bad. It was the farther away from Calgary we got, and closer to Hinton, where it was like, holy shit. We found Rocky Mountain House, cheapest gas I've seen in years was there. So you had to go stop and fill up for that. And then the blizzard from all hell started. It was like, that was like one of the most interesting 2 hours of driving I've ever had, guys. It was fucking fun. So at that, with the miss of that, it ended up being like 16 hours of driving. We did. Yeah, and then we came home today. So that's like, fuck me, man. In the last 52 hours, we've spent about 21 to 22 of that driving.
Yeah, get it in.
So let's do another dab. I need a dab.
Do it.
What, you don't like driving in the snow, noob? It's not that bad.
We ever go road tripping and we go pick up noob, I'll be like, I'll send you a driver. You know who you said.
You'll get there. Here's the
Dude,
thing,
could you imagine if fucking Caribou was your Lyft driver?
Get in, loser. We're going to fucking save the world.
You have fun with me. We go to cool places when you're with me. And I'm not like, I got pretty quick reactions. I got to say, quick hands have saved my life more times than I can count. And they kept us out of the ditch at least 3 times Friday night, where it was all of a sudden the car breaks loose on a fucking road that's got like 2
That's rough, noob. That is fucking rough.
Put the stick in your neck now.
I've never stabbed anyone. I've never stabbed anyone in the fucking throat with a car. I'd like to point that out first.
Car.
And I've never even put the car in a ditch. Never once. I did hit a moose the one time though.
Oh, fuck, a moose.
I did hit a moose. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sometimes did anyone? I sent it.
Ruined his day. Was it a fucking itty bitty baby moose?
No, it was a big motherfucker, but he hit like right above like the top of my windshield where it meets the roof with like his face. So yeah.
So you just bitch slap him with your car.
Yeah, and then like crumpled like you remember Ace Ventura? The like when he's after his window gets all fucked up and he's driving and looking out. I had to do that, and it was like January or February when this happened. Very much winter conditions. Driving home for about another little over 2 hours, 2 hours, 15, 20 minutes with my head out the window. It was pretty epic.
That's fucked up.
I was
And the
driving
best-
down the highway, northern
Dude.
Alberta once. Came over
We
the top of the
redneck
hill.
around here, y'all. We get it done.
Yeah, and there's fucking 5 deer on the highway. I remember it because I was holding the coffee in one hand, had the steering wheel of my F-150 in this hand, and I was doing this around the deer and shit. And I remember just looking out the window and the eyeballs, maybe this far from mine, just right beside my window. Just like I missed that deer by fucking inches, man. Oh, it was rough.
And I remember once, this one probably fucking might get my wife laughing a little bit if she's listening. But we were driving down the road. It was raining like hell. I'm fucking just cruising down the road, my whole fucking Equinox. And all of a sudden, my driver's side windshield wiper just leaves. Just fucking straight up flies off the fucking car. So we're in this downpour. And for like 30 seconds while I'm trying to figure out, like, holy fuck, I can't see a thing. I'm dealing with fucking, just scraping the fuck out of my. So I'm doing the same thing Caribou's doing. I got my head out the fucking window, pouring fucking rain in here. My wife's like, she thinks that shit's funny now because, like, it really was. Like, we were having a fucking decent old little drive home. No big deal in this rain. Everybody was actually really calm. My wife's not calm, usually when she's in the car. And all of a sudden, we couldn't have a good calm day. That motherfucker, something had to happen, and that just had to. To this day, we laugh how it happened because it was just all of a sudden it was there and it fucking went up and never fucking came back.
I feel your pain. I forget who it was. It was in my past somewhere, but yeah, driving somewhere and one windshield wiper just left the scene.
It just leaves the scene. Like, see ya.
Yeah, you know,
Just that metal hook like this resting against the windshield. Just
man, life is all about the adventure. You got to take some risks and do some shit. Like that's how you end up with all these fun stories. Like I bet you what you're talking about in the moment, that was a son of a bitch. You're not having much fun at all. But like, once you get through it, it's just like, when you and the old lady probably sitting on the couch one day, like, fuck, you remember that time? And like, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And, and then this is going to be one of those experiences that the old lady and I have, yeah? Remember the time we drove to fucking Calgary and then found out King Diamond canceled the concert? Then we had to drive fucking 6 hours through that fucking blizzard to get to your sister's house? And and you know what? It's one of... You should have seen how much fucking weed we saw. I smoked at least on the way back, too. It was freaking nuts. Oh, that's brutal. Kid puking on the back of the head.
I mean, I don't like to laugh about that kind of shit, but that's fucking hilarious. I remember when...
Once again, one of those stories that, now that we've gotten through it, or you were never there.
My kid was like, I don't know. My kid was like old enough to fucking still kind of be drinking on a bottle and shit and still be getting like sick when you fuck with him too much. But we were going somewhere and my dad, he was all fucking super stoked to hang out with his grandson. So he picks him up fucking, and I was like, Dad, he just ate. Like, you might not want to do that. And he's like, oh, okay. So what does he do? Flips him up, puts him on his shoulders. You know what he did? Fucking all just like a fucking, like someone cracked an egg of fucking puke right on top. It was fucking hilarious. And we were at like the fucking science center or some shit. Like we were in and we had just walked in the doors. So my old man just the whole time with fucking puke all over the fucking top of his head.
I always get baby fever when I see them because they're so freaking cute, and then I see them puke on their mom or something. Like, yeah,
you can have that.
Trying
back,
to smell
man.
their head
I'm
like biting once, and then I'll be out of here.
I just want to see how soft the little head is. Smell it and give it back to you.
Yeah, exactly.
We were just at the sister-in-law's all day yesterday, and they just had a baby about 4 months ago or something like that. And she got to try her first human food, or the sister made like bacon corn chowder or something, bacon potato soup or whatever. And it was fucking awesome. And then Dad was letting baby little like silicone, not actually a spoon, but it was like shaped like a spoon, but had a snowflake like going right through, so you can kind of dip sauces in there and just let the kid go nuts on that. And to see the bewilderment on her face when she first puts it in her mouth, right? Because it's like a kaleidoscope of flavors that hit in her mouth that she's never experienced before. And then after a few minutes, man, she was all about that. Hey, and if you didn't get some more sauce on that again soon, she was gonna let you know you better hurry up. But it was just so cute to watch, man. It is, yeah, kids, babies, all that. And I'm just, the best part is that you know you get to go visit and do the whole kids are cute thing and then give it back, you know, at the end of the day.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, well, I bring that back a couple years. It's about like, you know, like 4 years old, I feel like, when they start to get fun, because they just get out of that real shitty age where they just want to be little motherfuckers and cry about everything, but they're starting to get real curious about everything. So they're little motherfuckers still, but it's because they're finally starting to get curious. And I love watching the curious kids like just get into shit and get into trouble and figure it out. I love that, man. No, I love to see the exploration in fucking humans. So I bring it back to like 4 years, but I agree, man. Before that, it's like, all right, man, if I can keep this thing alive until it's awesome, like we're gonna have a lot of fun. But then they turn into teenagers, and you got like this mid ground where you just want to punch them right in the fucking throat.
Well, that should just be allowed again. I think we should be able to go back to those days.
Well, that's why I put him in martial arts training, and so, you know, every once in a while I'd have to work with the kid that day and fucking teach him a lesson. Like, this is how real life works, kid. Called training, bitch.
Yeah. No, I think we should just be able to go back and fucking, you know, just a left hook to the kidney or something like that. Smart enough.
Left hook to the kidney. Say, do your homework. Do.
That's the husky stage. Oh, fuck yeah. It's funny because I have an actual husky, and she will not leave that fucking puppy stage. This is what you get with those things.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, my sister's got a Dalmatian, and they're very fucking similar. And
bouncy.
Just fucking always.
No.
What are we looking at, bud?
So this is the investment dog from Valley Tree Seeds. I don't got a very good camera, so it's hard to get close, but this is my number 2 pheno right here. I'll try to get a different view of it here in a second. This is the big stinky one that like even before we flipped her, she just reeked like fuel. This one here is going to be done a little bit sooner, like this. So the one I just showed you, about 2 more weeks or so. This one is, I'm about to cut it here probably, maybe even tomorrow. We'll see. I'll have to scope the trikes and just check that out. But it also smells like fuel. Different than the one next to it, though. Hard to explain. And yeah, that one doesn't like to be fed quite as hard as the others too. I noticed.
Yeah, you know, you got kind of like that chemi fuel. You got that rubbery fuel. You know, it's all like like hints of chemical with hints of like different kinds of like almost.
Yeah. So number 2 here is this is definitely the rubbery freaking tennis balls kind of fuel. I gotta fuck around with the other one that I just showed you to see when I give it a little bit more thought to that. This one here is the Lilith from Jimmy Toucan there, Blackbird, and she's got like a sweet citrus, but it's not quite citrus smell to it. It's pretty funky, and she stacks. She'll be good chunky, but she's got like, goddamn, I'd say like a minimum of another month to go. Like, whereas these guys or ladies are finish up quick. And then over in the back here, we've got more investment dog. And she's got a little bit of purple to her and stuff. A little bit of
Great day, big word.
resin rails. Cheers, big word.
Woo, she a frosty bitch.
Yeah, dude. So this is the sex appeal pheno, I guess you'd call it. She's just got a little bit more of it than the other two, but unless she's some kind of insanely better smoker, I'm still leaning towards the number 2 here as my keeper. That's going to stick around for a bit, but I'm going to run the one here. The two I was just showing you again, and just kind of compare notes, a couple more times. I'm in no rush to make that decision. Whereas the first one I was showing you back over here, this one I think I've got one more of it that I'm going to run, but I'm not cutting clones off of it. Just, let her go so we can play with other stuff. And over here, isn't too bad. So this is the grapple fritter or not grapple fritter, sorry, grapple cat, which is Catahoula crossed with grapple fritter. And
Hell yeah.
Somewhere around week 3-ish. And then this is the Durban Affy that I had. This is actually going back all the way to my very first breeding project. And these are the ones that I sprouted damn near a year ago at this point. And then Tyler gave me those Huns of Valleys, and I was like, "Fuck that!" I'm not as interested in them, but I didn't want to get rid of them either, right? So I gave them to Dad, and was able to get some clones this summer.
You know what? I was just talking with Turf about your Affy. Do you remember where did you get the Affy?
Crop King.
Crop King. Okay, that's what I thought. Maybe that was. So.
Yep. Yeah, no, and you know what? There's a lot of people that just heard me say that, and I know your nose is wrinkled, and I actually fucking those are this. I'm not trying to be like snooty or dickish about it either. It's just those are the seeds that were available to me in my area when I decided I needed regular seeds to try breeding. I had Crop King seeds. That's all that was available. So.
I mean, do you have a good representation of an Afghani strain that you like?
I believe so. I believe
then
so.
Who fucking cares,
Yep. And actually, here's something I was thinking about a couple days ago, and I was kind of wondering should I just bring this up on the show as something to be somewhat witty, a little bit truthful, and see if we could piss a few people off at the same time. We have collectively bought in seeds from a lot of seed vendors and distributors over the years, right? I have spent thousands of dollars, and I gotta say, I've seen a lot of these high-price so-called quality vendors. Their shit just fucking herms on you and starts throwing nanners. And while I don't consider Crop King to be top anything, if anything, they're very beginner genetics, very good for beginners. I've said that many, many times on the show. Entry-level genetics. I never had fucking issues with the plants freaking out the way I've seen some of these highfalutin motherfuckers beans do, selling $200 a pack, and you got like Hermie ass shit in there. Like, yeah, so it is what it is. Said what I said. But it doesn't feel good to say nice things about them either, because I don't agree with their practices, right? But like I said, when you're an entry-level grower and it's not even legal in my country yet, and I just went into our grow store there over Williams Lake, Hall's Organic, looking for something for like tomatoes or some shit. Nothing to do with cannabis whatsoever, although I did recently start smoking it again. And then you see these banners on the wall for Crop King cannabis seeds and shit like that. And this shit's illegal right now. I'm like, fuck, this is for real? I remember asking the lady behind the till, she's like, yeah. I'm like, am I allowed to go in there and look? And she's like looking at me like I'm fucking stupid or something. Like, I was like, okay, so I go in there. It was a pack of sour diesel, and a pack of purple kush were the first ones I bought. A couple of weeks later, I went and got some White Widow. The White Widow that anywhere that's in any of my lines, you know what? That's the same thing. It's
Hey, yeah, I think this is it right there, man. Proof in the pudding. Once you grow it, you figure out what you got. Doesn't matter who made it, where it is, how it got there. You just got to figure out what you got. If you like it, if it's a great plant, it's gonna fucking work. That's what we're using.
Yep, and yeah. So like I said, I don't think they're all bad. That company, and it's once again freedom of choice. I don't use their genetics anymore, but they are very much the cornerstone. Actually, same with the Durban poison. So both halves of that Durban Affy I just showed you came from Crop King. People are just like, oh my God, fuck this guy. Like, what is he doing with all these projects? But that's cool.
You know what? It was about fucking Bee Leaf was getting demonized for about a month, and now fucking ain't nobody got a problem using this shit again. Everybody fucking no worries. Maybe there's a couple guys out there who are still like, well, I'm using this from but fucking everyone's just not fucking screaming it loud and proud now. But they ain't fucking nothing didn't stop nobody. You know what I mean? The genetics are what I'm not going to support a person doing the dumb shit, but the genetics are what the genetics are. And if they land here and I use them and they're good, I can't fucking fault the genetics but I've always wondered, you get onto some of that, like, does that energy kind of stay in the plant? You know what I mean? With that breeder, I talk about how I look for soil bred stuff. If I'm going to grow my stuff in soil, I see a difference in the way those plants perform, right? If I take somebody who has bred salt and they grow in salt and everything's done that way, I throw that in my garden and it doesn't perform as well. It takes a few rounds for that plant to do its thing, for me to get used to it, for it to get used to the environment. So I do believe I've seen it. That is my experience in the garden. So that would make me think, is there a little bit of that fucked up little vibe in there? Maybe. We'll see. We got to grow it out. A lot of these things don't get kept anyway, right? And it fucking turned into the hype it is. But I had to, but if it lands here, you had to find out.
I think when I look at ethos, I feel like they're once again, it's like when there's like you look at tiers to cannabis quality, like I said, Crop King, very good entry level genetics, and I maintain that. Ethos, I think, is like a really excellent step up from that, where you could see, okay, there's something better than what I was just playing with. And then once again, there's there's levels to this game, and where do you want to go? I think from like there, it's like, okay, where do you like, I want to get into some like really chemi fuely stuff right? So if I'm going to go and search out somebody who's like, like Skunk VA, who's got a reputation for chemi fuely, and that's where you go kind of looking for more specialty breeders. You want to get some that's, I was going to try and list another strain or something like that, but then I you probably just witnessed what happened to my mind. I don't need to tell you. Let's do a dab.
Let's smoke a bit.
I really agree with that, Clay. There's a lot going on right now. It's a great time for cannabis, but also, we got to maintain, we got to store, we unfortunately, I think we got to get a lot of genetics into the hands of scientists so we can literally map out, train out, and get some of these things figured out. What are you smoking? How, get them separated out into the actual parent. Whoops, ain't doing that yet.
Yeah.
But
that's that's a good statement right there too, Noob. And you know what?
That's a great fucking statement.
And thank you very much, Noob, for donating those ethos genetics to us that we proudly give away on this show. I would like to also point out, right? To each their own what you want to grow. And it's very happy for that.
Hey man, you know what? When you look at genetics, most people, if they're just, back. I can think of back in the day, right? I don't know how the new experience is for people now, but getting seeds and things, I still know people who are kind of afraid of it, right? They're still getting only black market stuff from a dealer. If they get some seeds and they get to grow, it's fucking mystery, whatever, right? Everybody's all wary about shit, but the good part is that, they're better than most of those genetics. When you look at that ethos catalog, you get that plant, you see those flowers, you're going to fucking get that. You know what I mean? There's a lot of consistency in there. It's good. I've grown plenty. You know, there is good. It's you know what? It's not elite weed. That's absolutely correct. But what it is all is consistently good quality. Not great, not fucking excellent, but consistently good. You know, it is exactly what you bought. When he described it to you, you got that. So
And Grape Diamonds by Ethos is one of my all-time favorite plants that I've ever grown. Absolutely love that. We had that around here for about a year and a half, 2 years, I think it was, before we decided to let it go and try something else. And
I've
then
seen
actually, Brother Hooley sent us up some Grape Diamonds from a different pack of seeds. And well, we did like that. We weren't able to quite find the same, like really close, but not quite the same as the one we had. But I could see myself going back through some of the Great Diamonds crosses that I've bred, seeing if I can pull that Fido out again.
that's fine. Yeah, man. You know what? Yeah, as for grape diamonds, I saw lots of people who gravitated towards that one. Used it. That was a great, great fucking strain. Came out great. So
It's funny because I remember when I was given those seeds about 4 years ago, off a breath from a dude on cannabis. And I wasn't in a big hurry to grow them or anything. I didn't even know what they were. I was just like, sweet, some dude gave me seeds, like just like that was, he was the second person to ever send me seeds in the mail. And then it wasn't too long afterwards that I'd heard I was in one of the live chats, probably Michigan Bros Grow Show or something. Someone had said that the Painted Lady was keeping Grape Diamonds over something else that was pretty popular at the time. I was like, oh wow. And if y'all remember her pictures from back in the day there, Painted Lady is very talented gardener. Like that lady can grow some killer looking weed. And I was like, oh wow. And also a lot of respect for her as a community member, grower, and all that. It's like, well, if she's keeping that, then like I should probably pop these seeds that I'm sitting on. And fell in love.
I got a bunch of lilac. Noob was saying about the lilac diesel too. I got a bunch of those that I need to get looked at. In fact, actually, some in auto form too. I think I'm going to give to my little sister and let her rip through them. She likes to grow them and see what happens. It's fucking adorable. It keeps getting better and better. Her first nug was the cutest little thing in the world, but I think she kept it in a jar. Hell, she might still have that thing in a fucking jar. She popped it open every once in a while just to smell it.
We had so the Canadian postal system is currently on strike right now, and we were able to subvert them and Amazon and all that because we can't get shit right now. So knowing that we were going to end up in Hinton at the in-laws yesterday for over the weekend at some point in time, everything Ashley's looked at in the last couple of weeks, she's just had sent to her sister's house. Because apparently over in Alberta, they actually have Amazon workers that are doing deliveries and shit, not Canada Post. So we get there, and there's a bunch of stuff, including our brand new box of OCB rolling papers, because that's how and what we roll right around there. Because look at the good timing on that, y'all. We took the last 2 packs out of our old box on the road trip. Like we got close on that one. If we didn't get these sent to the in-laws there, we might have ran out of rolling papers. That shit got close and was damn near dire. Say again? They would have been here the 29th of December. Oh shit, they would have got here the 29th of December, which means I would have had to celebrate my birthday without rolling papers. Nah, that's bullshit. Damn well we would have just went to the store and bought some, but still, it sucks when you have to go to the store. So you get 25 packs of rolling papers for $20, $22 Canadian. So if you're American, that's probably like $15 or something like that. It's instead of going to the corner store or the gas station, you're probably paying $3 to $4 for a pack. So that's the financial. And you know what? it honestly, it feels fucking cool to be able to, like, a bit of a boss move to be like, yeah, man, we order our rolling papers by the box. We don't fuck around here. And we go through probably just over 2 boxes in a year, just under 2 boxes. Yeah, $1.05 a pack. She just did the math for us. That's pretty sweet. So while, we try to support local when we can, as much as we can, but our reality is we live in a very small town where there isn't much local to be supporting. And when it comes down to it, to pay a third of the price for rolling papers, which is something that is, it's like toilet paper around here. You can't go without it. Got to have that to save the bucks. And then the flip side of that is we're not nearly as frugal with the toilet paper when we spend on that, because it has to feel nice on your bum. Ain't nobody want to be wiping their butt with sandpaper.
That ain't no shit, man. That's one thing that isn't a luxury. That's a fucking must. It's something that ain't going to feel like sand. You know what though, man? I knew a dude who got fired as a pipe fitter, a good paying fucking job. He got fired for stealing toilet paper out of the porta potties.
Oh.
He was going around stealing all of it, to take it home and use it, because he was that cheap of a motherfucker. Well, he had a lot of issues, but you know how that goes. But right, that's what ultimately got him, is he got fired for fucking stealing. And you know what Porta John toilet paper feels like? Like, that's not
good. Not good.
Not good. Nobody wants to fucking, like you said, nobody wants to, take like fucking 60 grit to their butthole. It's not a thing.
There's a reason they're called shit tickets and not shit pillows.
It's like it's fucking all thin and stuff, so you're better off to like wad it up so it's like a cheerleader's pom pom or something like that, and try and work that up the crevice. It's
okay.
No.
And that's the show.
Throwing up them garden fucking club signs, yo. Oh wait, you gotta tilt it this way so motherfuckers can see it. Yeah, get you.
How would you do
Wait,
that?
how you do like a G? I'm not a fucking OG. I don't know.
I'm sure we get somebody to figure that shit out.
Good stuff.
Oh, so anyway, I'm about to have to go get my adult day started. What y'all got going on for the rest of the day?
Yeah, a little bit of tidying up. Got the kid swap happening later at some point, and get ready for the work week. I'm gonna say I'm gonna do this, but I won't. Like, do some meal prep and shit. Get some smoothies lined up. Got myself a bunch of fresh pineapple and stuff. So,
and I woke up at 2:04 and then drove.
You're going to bed, huh?
Yeah. I feel like a nap very well could be my future, but I think rumor has it we might be going to pick my kid up here later, which means I get to see her this weekend, which is always good. Feel good to give her a hug. Like, I'm serious when I said I was having like a fucked up whirlwind of emotions on the lead up to getting to Calgary, right? It's like, oh, I miss her. I wish she was here. And then I'm like, I get to see the king. I get to see the king. Heart's like, but my kid can't be here. And then you're just like, what the fuck? That motherfucker canceling the fucking show. Like, you want to see your age. It is what it is, right?
Bro, I hope they are like the kind of fucking super cheesy, everybody wears like a fucked up, like poofy sweater or something. I hope it is like that fucking 80s. Well, get in the shit together. Get in family picture time fucking picture. Yeah. Have fun, Colton. No, I knew. Thank you, motherfucker, for all that you do, for all the showing up, for your posts. Yeah.
Getting her done. I gotta buzz the boys' hair today. That's always fun. Sit down.
You know what? I should do that. Y'all probably can't see it because fucking the gray kind of blends in. It's time, dude. I'm getting shaggy as fuck. I gotta get cleaned up.
Old Nadine wasn't fucking around this time when I said give her a little fucking clip off the top. She's like fucking Understood. Wow.
You guys.
I came out of there and I was like,
feel...
I thought I had a mohawk for a second. I'm like, oh fuck, but I like it.
I am literally the cleanest looking I have been in years.
You are.
And you guys are making me feel like a fucking grubby bastard. Like,
Yeah, we just getting a fresh fade back.
Oh, bro, like right. If I was still welding at this point, I would probably be I'd have my beard in already, my fucking hair would be all fucking shaggy. Oh yeah, it'd be go time.
Haircut.
I feel you.
Start of winter sucks, man. The wind hits the back of my head. I'm like,
I may still, man. I had to move my little fucking mini wood shop thing I'm trying to do over into my little cart. Like I gave myself like 4 foot in my garage, so in the winter I can go out there and attempt to try to warm up. So yeah, I may have to fucking go old school and get all fucking bearded up.
Yeah. And shout out to chat today. We went extra long today, and I've been watching the numbers. We're still at 50. We were up to 70 at one point. Like I fucking love that.
Man.
The crew on Sunday mornings. Man, just warm.
Yeah, it was a good morning hanging out with everybody.
Oh, yeah, man. Some fun.
I am thankful that we went long today because it was just like I got to at least come hang out and fucking be with everyone today. This has been a great cap to a strange weekend, man. Like it's just been fucked up, like it definitely had its ups and downs. Like it was not all for a loss because there was some good shit planned and happened along the way, and it was I honestly I can't really even complain about the weekend too much at this point. It was just it is what it is, and hopefully he comes back at some point in time. And once the ticket refund comes, guess what? We'll just have to find a different show to go and spend that on. So that's how I look at that, right? Maybe we'll go see Kill Switch Engage.
Ooh, that'd be a good show.
Yeah, dude. They're it's fucking Kill Switch Engage, Kubla Khan. 2 other bands. Frozen Soul is the opener, and they're probably the best opening band I've ever seen. They were fucking nuts. So that'd be cool to go see. We'll see. We'll have to see.
Where'd Fluff go?
I don't know.
There he is.
My fucking co-host was like, I want to go outside, motherfucker. And I was about to get fucking thrown some paws. The murder mittens were about to fucking come out. So with that, man, I hope you all have a fucking great weekend. Do what you do. We'll see you on Tuesday morning. And congratulations to Poor Grower. Other than that, thank y'all. We out.
Peace and love, y'all.
Goddamn rum button bullshit.
Take me down to the graveyard, show me a resting place. Take this worry away from me, my final bed to lay. I need asylum, imprisoned, forgotten and buried, forgotten and buried. Well, I get so nervous thinking about the future, 'cause I've been wrong before. softened and I dug myself a hole. The pain I had buried me. The youth that want me turned me cold. I need asylum in prison. Forgotten and buried. Forgotten and buried. Well, I get so nervous thinking about the future. 'Cause I've been wrong before. Well, I get so nervous thinking about the future. 'Cause I've been wrong before. Well, I get so nervous thinking about the future. I've been wrong before. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been so wrong. I've been so wrong. I've been so wrong. I've been so wrong. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I was like blowing my banger off, trying to cool it down because I was like, oh, this is gonna be so fucking hot. This is gonna hurt.